Howdy there, party people of the party. My name's Andy. This is going to be a video series called Flipping Invictas Until I Get a Rolex. I'm probably going to be more like a freaking Omega, but we'll just see how things go. We have already been doing this for like about 3 to 6 months. I have not been keeping track of it whatsoever. I've just been doing it alongside like all the other things that I do. I'm just going to go over like a rough idea of where we came from to where we are now, and then we can progress forward with that. So I started with like 3 or 4 watches that I had just casually gathered like through going to college and just living life. I decided pretty much all at once I no longer liked pretty much any of the watches that I had. I still like like 1 or 2 of them. I have like a G-Shock that like it's hard not to love G-Shocks, and I have another watch that I should be showing stuff throughout this. You might not have to look at my ugly mug this whole time. But yeah, I had one watch that I didn't mind so much that I kind of wear most days. But I got to where I just wanted to wear nicer watches, and I figured the only way to do that was to kind of create a liquid pool of funds that was watches. That way I could kind of buy, I could wear, and I could also have the same watches that I was wearing for sale. That way I could kind of just have a variety of watches. So I started off with those 3 or 4 watches. I think one was a Fossil Twist, one was an Invicta Pro Diver, one was a old vintage Michael Kors that had just been kind of like, I don't really even remember where it came from. It's been in the back of my safe for a little while, so I included that with the ones I was selling. The money that I made on those watches, I found a 3 watch lot that was local by a local seller. It was an old Timex President, a old Quartz Timex, I don't remember the exact model, and a Milan all gold like day style watch. I got all 3 of those. The President out of that lot ended up selling like basically overnight. That basically paid for all of those watches and the batteries that I had put into them. I then like within a couple of days sold another one, and then the last one I think I still have, that it's part of a lot of watches that I'll get to in a minute. From the funds from those watches, and I was also like, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I got these alligator yard statues that I make, paint and sell, and the funds from those also go into the same kind of pool. It's just like a lot of little hustles coming together to try to make one real hustle alongside like my day job stuff. So from that pool of funds, I then got, let me see, a couple of Invictas that I bought. I bought 3 Invictas. And with those 3 Invictas, I was selling those on Marketplace because the numbers just didn't really work trying to sell them on eBay. I sold one of them, and then I got an offer to trade one of them into an Invicta Venom. Are they still Pro Divers? I think it's just a Venom. An Invicta Venom, like a 50 millimeter. That watch sold really quick as well, and then that gave funds to start really hunting locally for like collections people were trying to get rid of, estate sales, like anything that might have like a group of used watches that you could kind of buy as a lot and get a good discount on each of the watches. That kind of became like what I was looking for. I found a couple of really good deals. One on like the whole, if you guys tune into the TikTok Rapture stuff, that stuff was really interesting. I think I found a TikTok, I think I found a Rapture deal, and I got 5 Invictas for a really good price, and I got 5 watches for a really good price, and it was like 3 Invictas, 2 were automatics, 1 just needed a battery, and then 2 a Renato, and an Aragon, which were two brands I had not really dealt with previously. But they're I mean, all the watches now are so big. Like I liked 40 millimeter stuff back when I was like really into watches, but now the stuff is like 50, 53, 54 millimeter. Like I don't know how big these watches can get, and I'm more into small watches now. I like 32 to 40 millimeters. And I think maybe that's just a change in style. Like, I don't think it's just me. I think a lot of people have started gearing more towards small watches. But you know, you like what you like. I'm not hating on anybody that likes the bigger watches. That's you. You do you. But I got those watches. I sold one of them. The Aragon sold. And from funds from that, I was able to buy like 6 more Invictas, the digital Activa Invicta crosses. And I should have just bought all of the gold ones. The 2 gold ones sold in like 2 days locally. I still have 2 red, white, and blues and 2 pink and blues. We'll see how long those take to sell. I'll probably just buy the gold ones if they still have them in stock, because people really seem to like those. But yeah, that kind of catches us up to where we are. Hopefully you kind of got to see some of the watches in between now and then. So as we're coming up now, we are starting to look into switching. Maybe, I mean, I still want to sell some Invictas, because they just seem to be there's a demand for them. People want them, and you can get them for prices that there's some meat on the bone, that you can still make something, and that's cool. So I think that'll always be kind of a part of it. But I want to start stepping into nicer watches, like maybe some of the Omega Seamaster, like the Quartz Omega Seamasters, the vintage ones. Those seem to not be like so crazy in demand, or like there's some of those you can find for like $450 to $700 that seem to be really good deals. That maybe if you could get those, put them with a box, really clean them up, you could make a little bit of money on those too. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. We do a lot of different stuff, but we're kind of venturing away from some of the stuff we were doing, and looking at different avenues of content we can make. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Andy.